You have clicked the Pixel Record podcast, programmed by KanOfSoda. Sit back, chillax, and enjoy the show.
Alright, hello guys, my name is KanOfSoda. Welcome back to I believe it's the 25th or 26th episode of the Pixel Record podcast. I am with this dingus.
Hello, I'm Ashley.
Hello, Ashley.
What's up?
So, it's been a while since you've done a podcast with me, which is pretty wild.
That's true.
Yeah, and just yesterday we saw the movie Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. It's the third movie in Fantastic Beasts franchise, and despite its controversy around it, it was very good. So Ashley, you said you saw the movie on Thursday night and also yesterday, correct?
Yeah, I happened to see it twice, just because, me and Can here, we didn't really plan it out that much until day of, and I just decided to tag along, so, yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah,
we had
movies together.
Yeah. We saw we had a 9950 class together, and right after that I was planning to see a Fantastic Beasts movie. And I said, hey Ashley, would you like to tag along? And she was like, yeah, sure, why not? So we waited a couple hours to a 12 o'clock date, which is when the movie was shown at our local theater, and we went and saw it together. It was my first time seeing it, so this podcast will have lots of heavy spoilers. So if you have not seen it, then I don't know why you're listening to this podcast in the first place, which is weird. But if you have seen it, then go ahead and stick around, and be sure to subscribe for more podcasts. So Ashley, what do you think of the movie overall?
I thought it was very good. We both kind of decided that we think it's better than the second one, but we can't really figure out why we think that, right?
I remember you said the second one was more of a build-up, and the third one, I guess the second one just didn't feel like a lot, while the third, it just felt like that some really significant stuff was going on. There was also some really cool action scenes. I feel like the second one, while it did have action scenes, it didn't have too much. Most of the action was in the final act with the whole rally scene and everything, which was the height of the movie for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think the second movie had a lot to do with, characters, because, of course, that was the first movie Lita was in, and then, well, the only movie, too. But she was, very important for that movie, so they needed to make sure, we kind of rooted for her in a way.
Yeah.
We needed to know her. We didn't really, I don't think we had to get to know many new characters in this one,
Yeah. What I thought was weird is even though Vinda was in the third movie, and also the second, there still wasn't too much other than the fact that she started Grindelwald, and she's a femme French fatale.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see more of her character.
Yeah, I would like to see more of what she does, because I think she's basically, his right hand.
Yeah, she's like the Bellatrix Lestrange of Fantastic Beasts.
Right, so I'm kind of curious on what made her join, how long ago was that, stuff like that. I don't think it's needed, but it's kind of I would like to know her more,
Yeah, I agree. I noticed that in the second movie, Queenie and Credence joins Grindelwald in the third movie. They realized, oh no, he's terrible, and they automatically went back to the good side, which I think was pretty cool. I didn't expect it to be so soon, but then again, I already expected Queenie to eventually go back to the good side after realizing what Grindelwald is really up to, because that scene with Jacob and all that.
Right.
What were some of your favorite moments?
So I would say a lot of the movie put more focus on Dumbledore and, Grindelwald, which I liked a lot, but I still think there were, really good moments with the other characters. I really like how Jacob and Lally met. The way that he defended her, and then she was like, well, this is why we need you, is because you're a good person,
Yeah, I really like the character of Jacob, not because he's funny, but as Lally and Dumbledore stated in the movie, even if he's just a muggle with no cool powers, he's just a baker. He's willing to do the right thing and put himself in dangerous way to protect his friends.
Exactly, because you would wonder, why would you need, the perspective of a muggle in, the movie and, have them part of the, adventure. But I think it's like the way they keep speaking that what Grindelwald's trying to do will affect both of their worlds. You can't really just have one without the other. So I think it's important that they have like a character who's there and knows that like this will affect them a lot too.
Yeah.
If gets power and stuff.
I noticed that Jacob kind of plays the role of the audience, like he's just thrown into this really crazy world, just like we are. He wishes he were a wizard. There's like this lead scene from the first movie where he's like, "Whoa, I wish I was a wizard too." And you know, we're all like, "Don't we all wish we were a wizard, Jacob?" And like the way he reacts to situations, I just really love it.
I agree.
So with Dumbledore, I really liked how it kind of put focus on him, and I did notice that there is a scene in the movie where Dumbledore said to Theseus, "You have to trust me even if your instinct says not to," which I think is a really important aspect of Dumbledore's character, since, you know, he is shown to be very manipulative, especially to Harry. So I feel like that's kind of a really cool little Easter egg there. And I remember I saw there somewhere that will probably cause Theseus die, because I have a feeling that Theseus is gonna die in the next two Fantastic Beasts movies, so that's what someone pointed out.
I could see that happening. Like, I'm trying to envision, like, what happens to the main cast, and we kind of know, like, a couple characters who live, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I think somebody has to die at some point for there to be, like, high stakes, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like nothing happened, you know?
Obviously, apart from Dumbledore and Grindelwald surviving, obviously Newt survives because he's confirmed to still be alive as of 2017, and Tina obviously survives since she eventually goes on to marry Newt.
Right.
But we don't know about the others. I really hope Queenie and Jacob survive. I still have a feeling that Theseus will die. Maybe it's like a self-sacrifice to help the others in a way, since he's an Auror.
It's possible, and I could kind of see him doing that because Lita did it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not trying to put too much into, like, predicting what's gonna happen, because the whole thing with, like, the original series is that, you know, by the time the movies were coming out, you know, you had the books to rely on, but this, like, there's no books. You get, like, screenplays, like, after it's, like, out, you know?
I kind of wish there was, like, a book version of Fantastic Beasts. Like, after the movie comes out, they release a novelized version. I know they did that with the Star Wars sequel trilogy movies. I think that'd be really cool.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe the format is just better for them, or just trying something out, like, differently. Maybe, like, the fact that we don't know those things and that there's not, like novels that go over every detail. Maybe that's, like, the reason they like it that way.
Yeah, I guess I've been just very much used to the movies. I've never really read the original Harry Potter books. That the stuff in Deathly Hallows when I first saw in theaters, it was all very new to me, and I was just surprised when Dobby died. I don't mean to go off topic, but that's just an interesting detail I wanted to point out.
Yeah, I think I watched all the movies first, and then I read all of the books.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, just the way you get into the series doesn't really matter that much. Because I think that the series, like, movies are good enough by themselves, like, if you don't feel like reading the books, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't really have time to read the books. I know books go into more detail, but sometimes you just don't have the time to do it.
Right.
And from a filmmaker's perspective, when it comes to adapting books to movies, you have to mainly focus on the overall plot of the movie, like the more important details that the audience needs to know straight away. Because movies are told differently than books. If you want to go read the books, and go ahead, that's on you. I mean, as long as you don't change way too much, then yeah. I'm just eating the popcorn that I still have from the theater yesterday. Okay, so let's go back on the main topic.
Yes.
About Credence, aka Aurelius. What do you think of that plot twist about him being Aberforth's son?
Well, for me, like, I knew he wasn't gonna be a brother. Like, I was pretty confident in that part. So I was like, so did Grindelwald lie altogether? Which I guess not. I guess somehow he knew about what happened with Aberforth, but Dumbledore didn't, which is kind of funny. Like Dumbledore's the only one during that summer who didn't know what was going on. That'd be really amusing.
To be fair, Grindelwald was very close with the Dumbledore family, and especially with Albus in a certain way.
Right. No, but I'm just saying the fact that he knew about it, but Dumbledore didn't, and it's like, oh.
I haven't seen it, but I know some people thought it was like some kind of retcon of Aberforth's character, but it's really not. I mean, I think people are upset about it, but I can see why. Mainly because Aberforth was like a teenager, but then again, teen pregnancy is a thing. I mean, Lily was pregnant with Harry at 19 years old, so I mean, I'm not surprised.
I don't really mind it, even if it does count as a retcon, because I feel like the only thing that would have been like upsetting is if he was like an actual full brother. Like, it just wouldn't fit in timeline wise.
Yeah.
I can reasonably believe like, I guess Aberforth, was a teen dad, and he just didn't really keep up with the kid. Like, that's more believable to me than like him being a full brother all this time.
Yeah, I have a feeling that he was a brother anyway. I have a feeling that he was maybe a cousin who is still within the Dumbledore family line, but just technically a Dumbledore in a way. You know what I mean? Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, I know what a cousin is.
I'm telling you, you're dumb. Anyways, so I have a question. So did Albus and Aberforth have any interaction in the books?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not sure if we saw them together that much.
Well, I don't know either, but I will say I did like how they had Albus and Aberforth having a conversation with each other, since we've heard about what their relationship was like in Deathly Hallows, and that it wasn't pleasant. So I thought it was great that we got to see them interact on screen.
That's true. The way I remember it from the books, I feel like we knew about their relationship because Aberforth talked about it mostly, I think. But I don't remember it too well.
Yeah, and I really liked how they showed the portrait of Ariana. I mean, I really expected to be a flashback about what went on in Godric's Hollow, like the three-way that accidentally killed Ariana, but that's completely fine with Dumbledore talking about it.
Right. I'm not sure how much I need flashbacks, I guess. It like showed me that they can do it without it, but I still think it would be nice.
Yeah. And I really like how like Newt and Albus are on like first name basis, like Newt is calling him Albus of Dumbledore or Professor Dumbledore, which I thought was really cool.
Was that a change between this movie and the one? I don't remember.
In the second movie, Newt just referred to him as Dumbledore.
I see.
And in this one, Newt referred to him as Albus.
I see.
I think it's really crazy how in Fantastic Beasts in the one-shots, I'm referring to him more as Albus and Dumbledore, since, in Harry Potter, we mainly knew him as the professor, headmaster of Hogwarts. And in Fantastic, I really like how we're, like, knowing more about Dumbledore than we did in Harry Potter, which I thought was really cool. I mean, we knew about his backstory in the 7th book, but getting to explore more of it in the Fantastic Beasts franchise is very interesting.
Right. I think I mentioned to you after we watched the movie that I thought I remembered some like little, I would call it just like, not an Easter egg, but it was like a small little thing of information that like he once offered to be the minister or something. He said no, and then I'm like, oh, so that must have been it then.
Yeah, where to kill and bow down to him.
Yeah.
Also, the little Dumbledore and Grindelwald duel right there, I don't know if it's just me, but that scene had so much sexual tension. Like, the way they were looking at each other and the way they put their hands on each other and the close-up shots of their hands. It was just really beautiful. It was not only very beautiful, but it had a lot of sexual tension.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that we kind of saw here that Grindelwald, like, very much reciprocated it in the past, and I guess now, which was... I thought that would have been unexpected, but I do like that.
Yeah, I did. One thing, and also, other thing I did notice is the part where Grindelwald was about to kill Credence, but then Aberforth and Albus intervened to save him. I thought that was a really cool parallel. Like, they failed to save Ariana, so the other Obscurial, so Albus and Aberforth are gonna save their other Obscurial relative.
Right. I kind of wish we had books just so that we could get more into how the blood trough worked, because I kind of get it, but kind of don't.
I did think someone, either Thesis or Newt, mentioned that it was a proposal or something like that. And I'm like, yes.
I don't remember that.
Something about it being a proposal. That's, I believe, I'm not sure.
I don't think that was, I don't really know. But I just mean, like, the way that it broke apart. Like, I kind of get it, because it's, like, the same thing that happened with Ariana, but, like, how that broke. I just kind of want to know more of, like, the magic aspect of it.
Yeah. Also, didn't like, in between, like, the 30s and the time that Dumbledore actually defeats Grindelwald, I believe it was said somewhere that, like, he discovered, like, the 12 uses of dragon blood, or is it, like, then, or is that, like, after Grindelwald's defeat?
I don't know, because I don't know when that happened chronologically, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know either. But if the 4th or 5th movies, if they happen, like, show that, I think that'd be cool. Just something random. If we get 4th and 5th, because it doesn't seem like the box office for the 3rd movie is doing well. I mean, on Rotten Tomatoes, the score for the critics is at like 58 something, and the audience score is like at 83%.
So critics aren't liking it?
Apparently. And apparently it's not doing well in the box office. It's like estimated to have to make like $45 million or $1 billion. Well, it's only making like $6 billion or million. Actually, it's just million. So,
I see.
I mean, I can see why. I mean, I expected this to happen because of the whole controversy around the franchise.
Yeah, there's like a bazillion of them.
And while I love Fantastic Beasts, and the fact that I don't like J.K. Rowling, I really hope it continues, the franchise, I mean, because I'm really enjoying it, despite what everyone else says. Oh yeah, in that prison scene, I was really worried that Theseus was gonna die.
Oh. I don't know, I feel like it was too lighthearted for that to be a death scene.
Yeah, because I thought I saw in the trailer of a shot from that scene, Theseus falling, and I was just worried. I mean, I know he's gonna die. I was thinking he should not die right here, because that'd be a really shitty death for an important horror character.
You're too psyched up about it happening that you just feel like it could happen anywhere.
I mean, to be fair, in this Suicide Squad, there's so many unexpected deaths, but that's just DC stuff. This is Fantastic Beasts, I guess.
Yeah. I wonder when it will feel like war. Oh, I guess when war started. Because I guess maybe it's just different, like what Grindelwald is doing. But I would like it to be, I don't know, like to see more battles, I suppose.
Yeah, same here.
One.
That should, hopefully I mean, that should happen in like the 4th and 5th movies if they happen, as I said.
Right.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite part in that movie is where Dumbledore was sucking and fucking. I really enjoyed that scene, did you?
No, because it didn't happen.
If y'all don't know, there was this inside joke, so right after we left class, I was joking about, oh my gosh, look, Dumbledore's undressing himself, he's gonna be sucking fucking. Ashley was like, spoilers, that does not happen. And then I was like, Ashley, you spoiled the whole movie for me. I'm disappointed now. I'm not going to watch it. I was obviously joking around.
You never even said that part.
Well, I said something like that.
No.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, obviously Dumbledore wasn't gonna do any sucking and fucking rated R stuff. But I was obviously just joking around. In case you're dumb.
Like you.
No, you.
Anyway, so what else should we talk about?
Oh, that part where they invited Keelan into Aberforth's pub. I think there's a part of Aberforth interacting with it. I thought it was like quite wholesome, you know, since Aberforth likes goats.
Right.
And the Keelan kind of looks like a goat. I don't know, it was quite wholesome.
Yeah, the creature was pretty cute looking.
Yeah. The part like the Keelan mother and the baby died, that was just so heartbreaking to me.
Right.
I can't imagine how Newt must have felt, honestly, because he loves magical creatures.
Yeah.
I feel like the part where Aberforth sits his brother's friends down at the pub and then gives some food and he's really annoyed by them. I remember I whispered to you in the theater, that should be a one-shot idea. That seems like a funny idea to me. Also, I was really worried that Yusuf Kama would automatically join Grindelwald's side just because he removed his memory about Lita, but I guess him pretending to be part of them was probably part of the plan, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how to think about that part, because I'm not sure if Lita was, like, all of his motivation, because, like, if he lost that, then it would make sense. He's like, well, I mean, why would I stay with Dumbledore? But, I mean, maybe Dumbledore kind of, like, expected that, and then he, like, gave him a briefing. Who knows? Dumbledore just seems to know everything, and I'm like, okay, fair enough.
I remember this one shot we did where Harry was like, get to the point, and Dumbledore said, I never get to the point, Harry, you should know that by now. I was the one who said the Dumbledore line. And I'm like, well, he's not wrong. So,
I think we should talk about Tina.
Huh? Yeah, Tina. I wish she had a bigger role in the movie. Although I did like how in the end, she walked up to Newt and then went to Queenie's wedding. Though I wish like maybe Tina had like, I don't know, a conversation with Queenie, since last time they saw each other, Queenie like joined the dark side or something like that.
I mean, that's kind of the thing I think would have happened, like, just off screen, because I don't know, like, they must have patched up things enough for her to go to the wedding. So I figure
maybe there were like so much deleted scenes. I don't know. I feel like there's like a lot. Cause okay, so I don't know if this is true, but I saw this rumor on Twitter that there is some sort of cutout scene from that dinner scene of Dumbledore and Grindelwald, like Grindelwald like kissed him on the neck or something like that. I don't know if it's true, but if it is, then I cannot believe they cut that out.
I mean, I did hear that for China, they cut out a couple of lines from, I guess it'd be both of those characters. And while it's unfortunate, like, I assume that might be why they would have cut out that additional part, if that's what happened too. Like, maybe that was even too much for our release, I guess. I don't fucking know.
I hope when the DVD comes out, they release deleted scenes, because I know they did that for Crimes of Grindelwald.
I mean, yeah, I think they tend to do that.
Because I know they did that for like the Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings films, and then there's also like an extended version of those films with like the deleted scenes that just did not fit into the movie or made the movie too long. Oh, and I also like that we got to explore other places in the Wizarding World. I like the part where like they went to was it the Himalayas? I thought that little village looked quite nice.
Right.
And also
nice to just see like different countries and how their magical world kind of works.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting. You know, representation and all that. And also the part of like the fake suitcases and how they burst out a bunch of pastries and all those Quidditch stuff and those monsters books from Prisoner of Azkaban. That was honestly one of the best scenes ever. I was like, yes. I love all those callbacks. Some of the little callbacks to like the Harry Potter films. I mean, they were like a little, but I thought it was so cool to see.
I agree. I was about to say, I think overall this film, it does kind of set up things like the second one did, but I felt like just more stuff happened here, like more act.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Felt like more locations to visit, and more really cool stuff to do, more to know about the Wizarding World.
Yes.
That's what I like about Fantastic Beasts. I don't hate Harry Potter or anything, obviously not, but I feel like Harry Potter is where, you know, like, we're just kids, we're learning about it, and meanwhile Fantastic Beasts, they're adults, they're grown up just like the audience is, and we're exploring more of the world. Does that make sense? Because, I mean, I know we had international stuff in, like, Goblet of Fire, but it was just the other Wizarding schools visiting Hogwarts. So, the fact that we got to explore more of the world in Fantastic Beasts, other than Harry and Hermione going to Godric's Hollow in the 7th movie, I really liked it.
I really liked just seeing, what's it called? Aberforth's little thing, that location.
His little pub in Hogsmeade?
Yeah. Yeah. And I liked how, you know, it was snowy. I miss snow.
Yeah, same. I like how we got to go back to Hogsmeade. Every time I see that snowy shot in Hogsmeade, sometimes I just think of that one scene in Order of the Phoenix where Harry, Ron, and Hermione met up with the other students to discuss what to do against Umbridge.
It would be funny if there was, like, one of Umbridge's, like, ancestors in the movie.
Oh my god. I know there were rumors for a while that Bunty was a Weasley, but honestly, I'm glad that's not true, because that would make the Wizarding World seem too small.
Yeah.
I know in one of the merchandise, it showed a follower of Grindelwald. His surname was Zabini. You know, like Blaise, Draco's friend from the Harry Potter films / books. Which I thought was a cool Easter egg. This was like 30 minutes. I don't know what else to say, but I hope in the 4th and 5th movies there's more action going on. And a Slughorn cameo would be nice, so I don't really expect that to happen. Or maybe a Tom Riddle cameo, but as I said, I don't expect that either. But hopefully, if the 4th and 5th movies do happen, I don't know if they will, but I'm really hoping they do, that we see more. I enjoy the franchise, despite all the insane controversies around it. And I can't wait to make more one-shots, hopefully.
Yeah. Excited to see more fan work.
Alright. Do you have anything else to say?
I'm not sure if the series will continue, but I think I would still be excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, same here.
That's the end of my thoughts.
Alright. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed the movie as well. Let me know what you think of the movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you enjoy that part where Dumbledore was sucking fucking?
It didn't happen.
Anyway, bye!
Bye!